we're bringing back the one, the only LS back to the main stage so that he can knock home a fan favorite. It's LS and his buddy Boris for another episode of Losing to Shopkeeper.
What is this graphic, by the way?
I have no idea. Is this supposed to be Rebecca Black or like? I mean,
what the hell? How come dGon's just actually dGon, and then they photoshopped to be an LS
I did not
female?
do this one. I promise I did not do this one.
This is.
I did not.
This
I had
pretty weird.
Okay. All right. Continue.
They're using Nicole though.
Mean Girls, I think. That's Mean Girls, right? Okay. Yeah, it's Mean Girls.
You're pretty. Honestly, you're looking pretty raunchy, dGon. Holy shit! Oh my god! I'm swiping left. Yeah. Okay. This is even worse, dGon. You were trying to CLG fan or what? Why are you trying to protect him? So, holy. So the only one is that there's a Thorn Mail on Gnar, right? No one else has Grievous Wounds. No one. Count it. 1 blood, 1 shield bow, 2 shield bow, 3 shield bow, upgraded by Ornn. Bloodthirster, Mercurial Scimitar, Fleet Footwork, and Conqueror. Now I know that these two are less valuable, right? And then you even have Alistar's Heal if you want to throw that one in there too. There's no anti-healing.
So you're saying that you want them to build Morellos? Is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that LS wants Morellos.
Oh no! I think this game, because the enemy team has so much mobility and mobility is so valuable, Sven should have had. It should have been Moonstone, or it should have been Moonstaff Lilia with Chemtech Putrefier to give it out. You know, the 60% Grievous one, that buff that came in to the item. I really don't like Leandri Demonic Embrace in this game. I think movement speed is way too insane versus that enemy team composition. And Gnar has big AP ratios. Azir has big AP ratios. If he builds Nashor's Tooth, then he also has he has AP ratio on Nashor's. Death Cap gets extra amplification. AP ratio Galio, AP ratio Kaisa, in the MS, it's just invaluable, and then Chemtech is going to be way too good. So I think that's another one that's like a minuscule highlight.
Yeah, I mean that this one's like pretty fucking bad. I mean, the thing is they made it like so much easier to get healing reduction too. So that's why I don't understand about it. Like you don't want the 60%. Like you can literally just sit on an Oblivion Orb for Lilia, or sit on an Oblivion Orb, or you can sit on a Executioner's Calling. Like you can still buy these items. So to me, I just don't understand why people like. How much easier do they need to make it to get healing reduction? Like people have this idea where there's too much healing in the game, so it's like not even worth reducing it, but it just doesn't make any sense.
Scimitar doesn't give lifesteal anymore. Coach, by the way.
Yep.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, I mean, three shield bows also do. Also, I just hate like this idea. I've seen it from Golden Guardians too. I hate early drafting Graves if you're not a team that has like super good macro or like a defined like 2v2 mid jungle synergy where people aren't used to like because Graves is not actually good at like a lot of the things jungles do. I'd say Graves' biggest strength is the ability to like wave clear and push waves. So you can do a lot of plays like you go through mid, you queue the wave, and then you and your mid laner go and accomplish something on the map, or like you get prio in your lane so that you're able to invade and contest camps. Like those are the plays that we see Graves making a lot of the time in better regions. But if you're like on a bottom team like CLG, Golden Guardians, it's so hard to actually win the game like that compared to just drafting things like Hecarim, drafting things like Skarner, like drafting champions like Rel, Alistar, whatever, with either of those, and then just setting up some form of valuable CC on a target, and then you just kill them. So yeah, I mean, I think that I think that that's like the biggest issue with these types of drafts is like you don't set your own jungler up for success. You're playing to such a hard win con. It's like these teams that perma run like 1-3-1 comps with Ryze when they literally don't know how to play side lane. It doesn't make any sense.
But it's Brox's champion, so leave him alone.
That is what he does.
Okay, my bad. My bad. I'm just surprised he didn't save the team. I heard that when Brox was coming, CLG. Well, I think he didn't have enough time. So I think next week CLG will be a lot better because they will have had like a full week with their roster to practice and stuff.
It was funny to hear in their game, in their game because they played EG. That was the final game. Freak was trying to set it up, because that's what you have to do as a caster to at least give hope. He was like, CLG only 4 games out, and there's half the season is already done. So if they want to catch up, got to start winning games now. Only 4 games, could possibly get them into playoffs. And it was like, oh, geez, like maybe Dom, maybe they can pull off 2 here.
All right, let's see it. Let's see it.
I like that response.
I don't know, man. I literally don't know. I have no faith in like any of these teams. Like I really have no faith. Like right now, I don't have any faith in like anyone outside of C9, TSM, TL, and maybe 100 Thieves. I don't think that there's like a chance that any of the other teams end up in top 4, but who knows? Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe 100 Thieves falls off a cliff.
I was thinking about this. At what point do we trust Dignitas being a top team in NA? Is it like making the playoffs? Is it making it to finals?
It's what they do in the game. Like that's like literally the biggest point that people are missing. Is like they don't know how to win even games, right? Every single time that so if you look at the good wins they have 2 wins that are good, and then they've lost to like everyone else really hard. The 2 wins that are good were TSM and EG. Those are their 2 good wins. When they played those teams, both games were massively thrown by TSM. Like TSM starts hitting a Baron, and then they just walk to the Baron. They get the 50-50 smite steal, and then they end up winning the fight. What do they do when the enemy team doesn't do an unforced error? How do they force errors? What do they manipulate the enemy team into doing? By controlling vision, by playing around the objective, by pushing in the side lanes and moving. Like, when are they actually doing something that affects what the enemy team does? It seems like they're just a team that has like decent mechanical players that will like see a fight, be like, oh, I think like the enemy team's into here, let's fight it. But when that's not given to them, how do they actually create their own advantages in the game, right? We see C9, TL create advantages in the game when they win. Like they're able to like do something. And more than that, they're able to execute on draft strategies going into the game, even if they end up losing the games because they like throw sometimes. A team like TL is able to like figure out, okay, this is like what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to take like Ignite top side. We're going to play towards top. Okay, we're going to play through our Camille, get him a lead. And like those types of games that you play, when you lose them, I feel like you can take a lot more out of than these wins from Dignitas. Like I don't think that if Dignitas played a best of 5 against TSM right now, today, they would win that best of 5, even though they beat TSM yesterday. The EG game was the same way, where Dignitas ends up winning based off like EG, like Jizuke just straight up ran it down mid twice.
4v6.
Oh. It was 4v6, but then also like the enemy team just threw the game over like a Wraith fight at like level 9. Like sure, you can punish enemy teams for doing stupid stuff, but that's not a consistent way to win games when in general people get less and less stupid as time goes on.
Yep.
It's NA though. And I feel
but NA is not actually that bad where this will consist. Like we've never had a team like Dignitas actually make a good run in NA. Every team like Dignitas historically always falls off because people do actually get better to the point where they're not inting. Like there is going to be issues, right? With NA where we're going to have like, flaws in these top teams. Like people aren't going to be playing the side waves correctly. People are going to be overcommitting. There's too much grouping at points in the game. Like those are the things that are going to remain consistent. And those are the things that really good teams internationally are going to exploit. But when it comes to like what's happening in the actual games right now, the windows are not going to be as fucking huge to come back into these games as Dignitas is getting right now. Like theoretically in that game that they just played versus TSM, after they botch that first fight around Dragon and they lose lane with Kalista, or like they get double killed in lane with Kalista, their win condition is completely gone. Like they don't have the Dragon win condition. The Corki is just scaling for free. The Corki is going to be like super relevant in the game. They don't have the ability to really pressure side lane versus the Lulu. So whenever Lulu groups into a fight, once people have QSSs, it's going to be impossible to play the game. Like I'm completely confident in a player like PoE being able to actually not do the Blaze Olive and actually carrying if he's given the resources. Like a late game team fight, when PoE has items, a QSS, a Lulu buffing him, he's going to be able to carry these games. But I don't see like Dignitas being able to like win if that actually happens.
Did you just call it doing the Blaze Olive?
Well, that's the end of our video. You want more though, right? Thought so. Good thing YouTube makes it so easy to watch more VENN Esports. Easier than keeping me in frame. Whoa. Whoa. While you're watching me dodge around, click on these videos.